It was a tough one last night, Sean.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
All right, we'll
Pain.
get to that in just a little bit. I think everyone is still reacting, but look at this. The morning started off as a wet one. There was even a flood advisory in place this afternoon. Rain just pouring down, going south on Capitol Avenue here. Good afternoon, I'm Felicia Lawrence and meteorologist Sean Ash is in the building. And of course, we're tracking severe storms for tomorrow.
Yeah, we've been hitting that up and we still may get a few downpours today. You looking at that video and it's kind of interesting because some spots 2 to 3 inches of rain this morning or in the last 12 hours.
Yeah, and then others not so much.
That's right, yeah, and it's very sticky air, so we're going to see something similar here, Felicia. I do want to look back and show you these radar rain estimates just from 12 hours, and you can see over portions of Hamilton and Tipton County, Clinton County, Boone County, we've got some areas that had over 2 inches of rainfall. In Marion County, it was hit and miss as well. And that will be the trend as we go into the afternoon. It looks to me like the greater downpour coverage, and believe me, they will be downpours, will be just south of I-70. Doesn't mean we're completely out of the woods here in the metro. The farther north you go, though, slight chance that you're going to have something popping up. Temperatures range from 75 in Bedford, 78 here in Indy, almost 80 in Lafayette, and look at these dew points, 70 plus. That is definitely the air that you can wear, and it's going to fuel some of these local pockets of heavy rain as we go into the afternoon. This is Future Track 13. Again, you can see where that coverage is going to be more prevalent south of I-70, and then we'll kind of finish things off. If you're going to the Fever game tonight, 7 o'clock tip-off against the Sun, just a slight chance you might run into a downpour here. This is the story tomorrow. Just about the entire area in a level 3 severe storm risk. I'll let you know what that means, give you the timeline, and boy, do we ever have 90s in the 7-day all ahead here in just a few minutes.
Okay, we're looking forward to it all. Thank you, Sean. And this afternoon, federal prosecutors are charging a former Shelbyville school board member with sex crimes against children. Investigators say David Finkel used an anonymous texting app to ask minors for sexually explicit photos. Alex Almanza tells us what parents need to know to keep their kids safe.
According to court documents, the investigation began last year after a mother told police that she found sexually explicit messages on her daughter's phone. Using an anonymous app called Text Me, investigators believe David Finkel posed as a 27-year-old woman to solicit sexually explicit photos from both a teenage girl in Missouri and a teenage boy in Pennsylvania, talking to both of them in a group chat. Court documents reveal FBI agents used warrants and subpoenas to identify the account that was used to communicate. Investigators say that led to Finkel's home in Shelbyville, where they also found a phone containing dozens of photos and videos of child sexual abuse material, with some victims as young as infants.
It's not unusual for kids to try to reach out to find other friends or to communicate. What is illegal, though, is when adults go to those websites and take advantage of them.
Christina Karabov, an attorney with the Zero Abuse Project, says what's important in cases like these is parent oversight and conversation.
Parents need to be proactive in looking at what's on their children's phone. Some of these apps can be hidden, and so it's important to look at the search history for your kids to see what they're looking at online.
Finkel told investigators that chatting was, quote, fun and denied talking to minors, saying, quote, what people do in fantasy is different than what people do in real life. For Karabov, it's real life that she says parents need to warn their kids about.
A predator sees websites like these as opportunities to reach out to kids. While a kid might look at it, or a teenager might look at this as fun, or this is a chance for me to meet new people, right? How much fun is that? The problem is that an adult sees this as an opportunity to take advantage of you.
On June 10th, the Shelbyville Central School Board sent Finkel a letter asking him to step down. He's no longer listed as a board member on the district's website. In Shelbyville, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
New at noon, a woman is now under arrest for allegedly dealing drugs in the Indy area. IMPD says the Indiana Crime Task Force was monitoring Anna Teran Moreno, and they saw her complete a drug deal. After her arrest, police searched her apartment and say they found 10 guns, machine gun conversion devices, and more than 2 pounds of narcotics. Now, Teran Moreno faces multiple charges, including dealing and drug possession. And right now, we're taking another look at a controversial arrest that's been caught on camera. Both parties involved in the incident now speaking out.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
You see these tense moments here, a bit hard to watch. The footage shows officers tackling and hitting a man they were trying to arrest early Sunday morning. Police say they were working to break up a fight when one of the officers fired projectiles at Devin Hunt. According to IMPD, the officers were trying to get him to comply and get control of his hands. Hunt tells 13 News the officers' actions went too far.
Nobody should be touching nobody, regardless if you wear a badge or if you're a citizen or whatever. So I touched him. Well, he touched me. I slapped his hand down.
Are you serious? What am I doing?
Chief Bailey, IMPD chief, says the department is now looking into whether the officers' actions followed policy.
Force is not pretty. It's not going to look pretty on video. Now, it may be right, it may be wrong. We're going to find out.
And we reached out to the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. A spokesman tells us no formal charges have been filed against Hunt at this time. The director of a Brownsburg daycare is awaiting trial in connection to a child sex crimes investigation. Jennifer Lingbeck is charged with neglect and failure to make a report. Police say she was notified of inappropriate behavior by former employee Gabriel Garner, but never reported it to DCS. Investigators later uncovered sexually explicit photos in Garner's phone of children at the daycare. He currently faces 48 charges for child molestation, exploitation, and possession of child pornography. Lingbeck's trial is now set for August. Nancy Minton, the owner of the daycare, also faces charges for neglect and failure to report. Her trial is set for July.